Okay, this is Algebra 2, Year 2. This is 11.5, worksheet number 1. This is the homework pertaining to mean, median, and mode, and the box and whisker plots.
Wait,
So number 1,
wait.
1 through 4, it wants us to find the mean, median, and mode of each data set. And it wants us to round our answers to the nearest 1,000 when necessary. So for number 1, that's our set. The first thing that we want to do is put our set in order, an increasing order. So when we put our set in increasing order, we're going to get 54, 54, 62, 62, 63, 79, and 92. So that's our set in increasing order. So now, it wants us to find mean, median, and mode. Remember that this x bar also means mean, or the average. It's just another way of writing it. So if we find the average, we're going to add up all of our numbers in our set and divide by the total number in our set. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers in our set. So we're going to be dividing by 7. Wait, I think I missed one. Yep, I'm missing a number. Oh, I missed the third 62. Okay, so our set should be 54, 54, 62, 62, 62, 63, 79, and 92. You should have 8 numbers in your set. So it's always good to make sure that you have the whole set after you've rearranged it. So now to find the mean, we're going to divide by 8 because we have 8 numbers in our set. When we add up all of our numbers, we get 528. So 528 divided by 8 equals 66. So our mean, or our average, or our x bar equals 66. Next, finding the median. So we want to find our middle number, is what the median is. So we have 8 numbers, so we're going to have to average the middle 2 numbers. So our middle 2 numbers are going to be 62 and 62, because that gives us 3 numbers on the left and 3 numbers on the right. So these are our middle 2 numbers. So if we're averaging 62 plus 62 divided by 2, we're just going to get 62 again. So our median is 62. Our mode, the number that occurs most often in our set. 62 occurs 3 times. So that occurs most often. So 62 is also our mode. For our second set, again, we want to order our numbers from least to greatest. So we have a 9, we have a 12, we have a 22, 27, 28, 33, and 40. So that's our set in increasing order. So again, we want to find our mean, or our x bar. So we're going to add up all of these numbers in our set, and we get 171. And we're going to divide by the total number in our set. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers in our set. So we have 171 divided by 7. And when we divide this out, we get 24.43. And again, the directions said to round to the nearest 1,000. So you need 2 places past the decimal point. So our x bar is 24.43. Next, we need to find our median. And we have 7 numbers, so this time we're looking for the exact middle number. And our middle number for this set is 27. That gives us 3 numbers on the left, 3 numbers on the right, so that's the middle of our set. So our median is 27. Our mode is the number that occurs most often. Each of the numbers in our set only occurs once, so there is no number that occurs most often. So there is no mode. So on that line, write none, write no, write a circle with a line through it. Anything, just so I know that there is no mode. For number 3, again, order your set in increasing order. So we've got 1008, 1600, another 1600, and 1828, 2215, and 7309. So that's our set in increasing order. So again, we want to find the average or the mean. So we're going to add all these up. When we add these up, we get 15,560 divided by 6, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers in our set. When we divide this out, we get 2,593.33. So 2,593.33, again rounding to the nearest thousand. So our average or our mean is 2,593.33. Finding our median, our middle number. We have 6 numbers, so we're going to have to average our middle 2 numbers. Our middle 2 numbers are the 1600 and the 1828. So we're going to take 1600 plus 1828, divide by 2, and we get 1714. So our median is 1,714. Yes.
I got a question. How do you know it's divided by 2? Is it because you're adding the 2 together?
Yes, because you're taking the average of just 2 numbers. So you add those 2 numbers and then divide by the numbers that you're adding up. So there's 2 numbers. So you divide by 2.
Okay.
And then we need to find the mode, the number that occurs most often in our set. And 1600 occurs twice. So our mode is 1600. Number 4. Again, we need to write this in increasing order. So we're going to have 1.0, 1.3, 1.3, 2.4, 3.6, 5.9, and 6.3. Oh, I forgot a 3.6 again. So it should be 3.6, 3.6, 5.9, 6.3. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers in your whole set. So when we find our average, we're going to add up all of these numbers and divide by 8. When we add these up, we get 25.4. And again, we had 8 numbers in our set, so we're dividing by 8. So we have 25.4 divided by 8. And we get 3.18. Again, rounding to the nearest thousandth. So our average, or our x bar, is 3.18. To find our median, we need to find our middle numbers. So we had 8 numbers total, so we're gonna have to average the 2 middle numbers.
So 2.4 plus 3.6.
Our 2 middle numbers are 2.4 and 3.6. So we're gonna take 2.4 plus 3.6, divide by 2. And that gives us 3. So our median is 3. And then finally the mode, the number that occurs most often in our set. 1.3 occurs twice, and 3.6 occurs twice. So this one, we have 2 modes. We have 1.3 and 3.6. So this is an example where you have more than one mode. Remember that you can have more than one mode, but the values in your set have to occur more than once for it to be a mode. Number 5, we're making a frequency table. And then we need to find the mean of the ages of members of the swim team. So over in our table, these are our values that were given. So now we're going to tally these over in our chart, and then we'll count our tallies, and that'll be how many times they happen. So we have 314s, 315s, 416s, 617s, and 218s. So when we tally those all up, and you can just count through too, you don't necessarily have to tally them. So the frequency of 14, there are 3 14s in our set. There are 3 15s in our set. 4 16s, 6 17s, and 2 18s.
289.
So now we need to find the mean, so the average of our set. So we can take that, we can have 3 times the 14, because we have 3 14s, plus 3 times the 15s, because we had 3 15s, plus 4 times 16, plus 6 times 17, plus 2 times 18. And that'll give us the total of all of our numbers added up. And then we're going to divide by our total number of data, which we have 3, 6, 10, 16, 18. So we have a total of 18 data points. So we're going to divide by 18. When we simplify this, it equals 286
I got 8.
divided by 18.
I got 8. Yeah, 289 I got.
289.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check. Okay, so you get 289. So this is 289 over 18. And then when we divide by our 18, we get 16.06. Again, rounding to the nearest thousand, so 2 decimal places. So our average is 16.06. On the next page, we have 2 problems where we have to find the 5-point summary, and we need to draw the box and whisker plot. So for number 6, again, you want to arrange your data in order. So we're going to have 26, 27, 28, 28, 30, 31, 32, and 36. So now, for part A, we need to find the 5-number summary. So our minimum equals our lowest value in our set, which is 26. Our maximum value is our largest number in our set, so that's 36. Our Q1 value, remember that the Q1 value is the first quartile, and then that is the median of the left side. Q2 is our median for the entire set. And remember that Q3 is our third quartile, and that's the median of the right side. So we're going to find Q2 first, and that'll allow us to find Q1 and Q3. So finding the median of our entire set is just like before. We need to find the middle numbers in our set. This time we have 8 numbers, so again we're going to have to average our 2 middle numbers. Our 2 middle numbers are the 28 and the 30 here. So we're going to have 28 plus 30 divided by 2. And that's going to give us 29. So our Q2 value is going to be 29. Now our Q1 value is the median of the left-hand side. So again, our median for the entire set is this dotted line at 29. So we need to look at this side of the set for our Q1 and the right side of our set for Q3. So for Q1, we need to find the middle number of these 4 numbers.
27 and 28.
Again, we're going to have to average 27 and 28. So we're going to take 27 plus 28 divided by 2. That's going to equal 27.5. So our Q1 value is 27.5. And then for our third quartile, we need to find the middle number of our last 4 digits. So that's going to be averaging 31 and 32. So we're going to take 31 plus 32, divide by 2, and that gives us 31.5. So our third quartile is 31.5. Now we're going to take these 5 numbers and we're going to graph them on our box and whisker plot. So we're going to use this number line. So again, our numbers start at 26 and end at 36. So our number line doesn't have to start at 0. Just so long as we have a couple points past our minimum and a couple past our maximum. So I'm going to start at 23 and continue by 1. So we end up with a number line that looks kind of like that. So now we want to graph our 5 points. So our minimum was at 26, and again we're graphing above the number line. Our maximum is at 36. Our Q1 value is at 27.5, so that's in between 27 and 28. Our Q2 value is at 29. And our Q3 value is at 31.5. So that's in between 31 and 32. Now again, to draw your box, you have a vertical line at all your Q values. So at Q1, at Q2, and at Q3. And then we connect them to make our box. And then we go from our minimum to our Q1 value for the first whisker, from our Q3 value to our maximum value for our other whisker. So your box and whisker plot should look similar to this. And then finally, problem 7. We're given this set, and we need to do the 5-number summary and draw a box and whisker plot again. So again, ordering our numbers, we're going to have 12, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, and 24. So our minimum value is our smallest value. So that's the 12. Our maximum value is our largest value, which is 24. Again, we want to find our Q2 value first, because that's the median of the entire set. So if we find the median of the entire set first, so we say Q2, we need to find the middle of our set. The middle of our set is at 17 and 18, so we need to average 17 and 18. So 17 plus 18 divided by 2. We get 17.5. So our Q2 value is 17.5. So again, our median is at that dotted line. So Q1, we're interested in the numbers to the left. Q3, we're interested in the numbers to the right. So to find our Q1, we need to find the median of these 5 numbers, which is at 16. 16 is our middle number for this set. Yes?
I got a question. For, you know, it's 17 plus 18 divided by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Can it ever be 17 minus 18?
No, you're always going to be adding.
Always add? Alright.
Mhm. To find the average, you add the numbers.
Okay.
And then for Q3, we're looking at the right-hand side, so we need to find the median of these 5 numbers. And our median is at 20. So our Q3 value is 20. Now we're going to take those 5 numbers and make our box and whisker plot. So again, you don't have to start at 0. So I'm going to start at 10 and number my number line. So we should get a number line that looks similar to that. Our minimum value was at 12, so we'll plot a point at 12. Our maximum value is at 24, so we'll plot a point at 24. Our Q1 value is at 16. Our Q2 value is at 17.5. Our Q3 value is at 20. So those are our 5 points. Again, vertical lines at all your Q values. Connecting those to make your box. And then connecting your max and min to make your whiskers. So your box and whisker plot for number 7 should look similar to that. And we're done.